I spent a lot of time in existential crisis and basically just trying to figure out what my purpose is, why am I here, etc. So to save you the time, here are three things you could do to at least narrow down what your purpose might be. So, one, try to create some type of quiet, and I mean like true quiet, not like I'm up at night, about to go to sleep, it's quiet, etc. No, I mean like one big reason why I started to go into this crisis was there was just so much noise in my life, and whether I knew it or not, I wasn't fulfilling my purpose. I wasn't feeling any type of fulfillment, success, satisfying value in my life. Whether it was giving the girl I was with at that time a lot of energy, whether it was being with friends all the time, whether it was the music that I was always playing in my ears through every commute, through every travel, whether it was work, I never had quiet. I never had a pause to truly figure out what my purpose was. So this first thing you're gonna do is try to find that pause, try to create that quiet at whatever means you have to, because honestly, this is important. And think back to when you were a kid. When you were a kid, what time can you remember? What thing did you do to where you generally got a feeling of satisfaction? Maybe you generally got a feeling of fulfillment, where you generally got a feeling of happiness, right? What is this thing? For me, it was two things. The second I wasn't a kid for, but with how much it affected me, I realized that it has to be a part of my purpose. The first thing was I wanted to help people. I wanted to be like a hero, literally, by the way, it's a big story on that. I wanted to be a hero, literally, and I wanted to amaze people. The second thing was, it's childish as the first one sounded, the second was I got into working out. Now working out itself is just in a weird way like a countermeasure to what's actually, what I really found was after every workout, from the first to maybe the whole year of workouts in my first, when I first started, it was the satisfaction and fulfillment I got in doing it. There was nothing, in my opinion, on earth that made me feel as grand, as massive as those moments did. I used to just literally go to the floor. I'm not a floor person, but I would go to the floor, just put my back against the wooden splintered up floor of my room, and think, wow, this feels good. Like I feel so fulfilled. I got school tomorrow. Fuck, like I just feel good, and I knew from then on, okay, this working out thing has to continue. Like I'm in love with this. Then I realized further on as I matured, it's not so much the working out, and it's completely just the improvement, the self-improvement. And when it came time, I had a midlife crisis. I slowed everything down and I put two and two together. Okay, so I want to be amazing to people in a sense, and I want to help people, but I also find so much satisfaction, fulfillment in self-improvement. So I combine the two. Maybe I can help people with self-improvement. And how could I reach people? YouTube. So it combines. So maybe whatever it is for you, think back, you might find it. Whether it's, I used to always love doing nails, or I used to always love figuring out how nails are done. I used to always love watching my grandma put on makeup, and I used to try it too. And maybe you might be someone who starts teaching people, how to do makeup, or you get into makeup, you do anything. All you need to do is one step ahead of someone to teach anyone anything. All you need to be is one step to be a teacher. So don't be surprised that you can be relevant in this thing that brought you happiness. Don't be surprised. And don't be surprised whether or not, even if your thing that you found isn't something that you can relate to some type of career or entrepreneurship, etc., you be surprised that this is something you should still do, because it might lead to finding your purpose still. Never think that your purpose is just one thing. Sometimes we exhaust our purposes. Sometimes your purpose is to do something in this way now, whether it's, self-improvement like me, and then maybe the next purpose is truly being a father and raising a child, and take a step back from everything and everyone, and just being an incredible father, and just having a family, just being alone with that. You never know. The second thing for me was, and this might sound goofy as well, but those compliments you got when you were growing up, those compliments you get now sometimes, those compliments you get on little things you do. People say you should do this, you should do that. You should act, Or maybe you're doing your little impressions, your little Smeagol impressions. My precious, like whatever. I did that ironically. It wasn't even a good impression. Whatever it is, sometimes people see the gift in you that you yourself don't acknowledge, or you yourself don't have confidence in, or maybe you just don't have passion. You don't even think you're passionate about it. Sometimes people can't even discern what their great passion is because they're just like, oh, it's okay. I'm kind of good at this. I can see I could put time into this. I'm naturally got a thing for this, but it's not like, it doesn't feel like my purpose. It doesn't seem important, right? Who's to say? Maybe this might be your purpose. Maybe you should listen to that person. Maybe you should try acting. Maybe you should give acting a chance. Maybe you should give the voice impression work a chance. You never know. Trust me. 3, when it comes to business, when it comes to life in general, there's always supply and demand. So there's always a problem and a problem solver. If you're trying to think about your purpose, if you're trying to think about how you're gonna live your life, think about what problem you're trying to solve, right? Think about what problems you're okay with solving, what problems you would love to solve. Even if you're not that passionate about it, maybe like I said, you're good at training. You trained for 10 years, etc. You know enough about dining, you know enough about working out. You know that you could help someone along with their journey. And this is also you also spend a lot of time in this, right? In training, etc. So it kind of consumes you. It's a lifestyle. Who's to say this isn't your purpose? Give it a shot. You never know. There's just supply and demand. So you know that you can help someone with this. You know you could. So solve someone's problem. Maybe that can be your purpose. Now you got the wheels turning and you think about all the different things that your purpose could be. Also think about the idea that with your purpose, everything should align to it. In the book, The Way to Superior Man by David Dita, I think it is, he said, everything in life should align to your purpose. And it wasn't until I was truly unhappy and having my sort of midlife crisis where I really understood that, where I truly saw that in action, because I wasn't happy. There were so many things going right even, and there was nothing really wrong in a obvious sense, but I wasn't living by my purpose in any sense of the word. So I just wasn't happy. I just wasn't. So live by your purpose. And right now, try and meditate and think truly on this life. What would you have to sacrifice to live within this purpose? Whether it's, you're gonna be a trainer online or something, or in person. How would your day-to-day life be like? Are you willing to make those sacrifices? Whether you're gonna to be a dancer, someone that does voice impressions, what sacrifices you have to make? What your day-to-day life be like? Maybe you have to start eating differently. Maybe you're gonna have to take extra what's that thing? Lozenges? I can't pronounce it. The throat thing you take when you have a sore throat. Who knows? I need a shave badly. But whatever it is, meditate on it. If you like this video, if you want to see more videos like this from a critic like myself, you want to see me come up and rise, subscribe. As always, bro, impress yourself.